So, this is something I think about often, but it's kind of hard to convey to most people. And honestly, just about everybody I know, they think things like, "Oh, the NFL is just too dangerous to be fake." Like, there's just so many injuries, all that sort of stuff. Like, wow, this guy's actually going to go out and break his leg just because the script tells him to. Some ridiculous stuff like that. But I've always said, like, I don't believe you're watching people. Like that's why I think like they now give you basically that the games are scripted, right? But it seems like the thing they really don't want you to question is if the players are not real, right? Like that's a big no-no. Like they're always going all the way like, oh, these are real guys out here doing this, that, all this sort of stuff, and give you like the emotional connection. Like I genuinely believe you're just looking at lights and sounds, like projections, holograms, something like that, right? And when I saw this on NFL.com player health and safety, I never felt so sure that I was right because this was kind of exactly what I guessed they were doing. And of course, they're telling you this is just some sort of technology to prevent injuries, right? I'm asking you to read between the lines. And, like they have all the capabilities to do this. Why wouldn't they just do it? Like, nothing would be better than a digital league that you can just control the outcome down to a T. You don't have to pay fucking anybody but a couple programmers. Like, yeah, like that's what you don't have to worry about. Oh, this guy just decided to go rogue and score the touchdown and cost Vegas like $100 trillion. Like, yeah, that's never gonna happen. They do exactly what they're told because it's like a video game. Like, I don't have, my Madden athlete not doing what I tell him to do. So that's basically the same deal. And they got infinite simulations to try to get it right. So, using everything it knows so far, the digital athlete uses sets of player, weather, equipment, and stadium data to run infinite simulations of any play with no risk to the athletes themselves. Wow! Infinite simulations of any play. You can get any result you wanted. I'll bet that, but that's just to make sure that CJ Stroud doesn't pull a hamstring. It's not to make sure that the NFL is the most entertaining product it can possibly be, while also being the most lucrative as far as making gambling lines, all that sort of stuff. So they're raking it in. So it creates some sort of thing called like a digital twin. They always show you like it's some horrible, goofy graphics that would never pass, right? Like the one on the left is actually the digital twin. So uh, you're like, this is pretty much exactly what I had in my head of how they would do it. It's like, well, how do they get all these perfect camera angles? And if they're shooting at 5K, 60 frames per second, right? Full model sim. They've got like every number you could ever want. I thought this one was interesting. Just kind of break the magic a little bit. Okay. Well, that's the end of it pretty much. Uh, should also mention, in case you don't know, I believe the Detroit Lions are going to beat the Cleveland Browns in this year's Super Bowl. The only person on earth who's going to tell you that one. So, and I think the Lions are doing it with their backup quarterback to make it even better. So, stay tuned for that. Leave your thoughts. Like I said, if you have the technology to run infinite simulations of any play and not injure people, are you still going to pay a ton of people in a league salaries and medical staff and insurance and all that sort of stuff? Or are you just going to plug up the projector?